Welcome to the video tutorial series Excel with Excel. With this series of learning videos, we are aiming to teach the important formulas and functions of Excel in a simple manner. Each module of this series will address one formula or function of Excel. Hope you will find it useful and explore the unknown areas of Excel. Let's excel with Excel. Microsoft Excel is one of the most important computer program, because of the key role it plays in business. It is the most used spreadsheet program in many business activities, classwork and even personal data organization. The importance of MS Excel can be seen in the different departmental units such as graphing, data organization, and programming. In this module, we are going to cover a very powerful formula of Excel, VLOOKUP, and its advanced version XLOOKUP. VLOOKUP is a very powerful function of Excel. It allows you to search and bring the data from one place to another place. In this learning video we will cover the various functions of VLOOKUP.
Can you please explain when to use the VLOOKUP function?
You can use it when you need to find information in a large spreadsheet, or you are always looking for the same kind of information. Use the VLOOKUP function. VLOOKUP works a lot like a phone book, where you start with the piece of data you know, like someone's name, in order to find out what you don't know, like their number. Use VLOOKUP when you need to find things in a table or arrange by row. For example, look up a price of an item by the item number, or find an employee name based on their employee ID.
Can you please explain how to use the VLOOKUP function?
In its simplest form, the VLOOKUP function syntax is equals VLOOKUP, lookup value, range containing the lookup value, the column number in the range containing the return value, 1 or true if you need an approximate match, 0 or false if you need an exact match. Each of these parameters are explained in the next slide. There are 4 pieces of information that you will need in order to build the VLOOKUP syntax. For example, let's assume that we have telephone directory and we want to search the information from telephone directory. First we need to feed lookup value into the formula. This is the value you want to look up. This is the data readily available with us. Let's say, we know the name of the person and we want to search for the phone number. In our example, the name we know is John Samuel. Next data we need to feed into the formula is range containing the lookup value. That is the range where the lookup value is located. In our example, the data where name and phone numbers are mentioned. Next we need to feed the column number in the range that contains the return value. In our example, this is column 2 as our data contains only names and phone numbers. Next, optionally, you can specify 1 or true if you want an approximate match, 0 or false if you want an exact match of the return value. If you don't specify anything, the default value will always be true or approximate match. In our example, if we want phone number of John Samuel exactly matching, then you should mention 0 or false. Else the formula will return value with some initial or other name before or after John Samuel. The secret to VLOOKUP is to organize your data in a proper way so that the value you look up is to the left of the return value you want to find. The lookup value should always be in the first column in the range for VLOOKUP to work correctly.
We have personal data of employees, such as ID, first name, last name, and other personal information, in a table. We want to get data of a particular employee in a specified format when I enter employee ID in the first row. Can you help us to get the desired data using VLOOKUP?
You may use the formula as seen on the screen to get the desired result. In this case study, value in the cell B15 is the value to be looked into the range A1 to E13. On reading the formula, Excel look for the value provided in B15 in the range A1 to A13, which is the first column in the range. When a data in the range A1:A13 exactly matches with the data in B15, it look for the corresponding value to be returned from the column specified. In our case, first name is in the second column, last name in the third column, and so on. After executing the formulas, desired results are displayed. Now, you can see that, whenever you change the employee code in the cell B15, corresponding data in cells B16, B17, B18 and B19 also will change automatically.
The earlier case study looks good. But, I need full name of employee in a single row, rather than first name and last name, in two separate rows. Can you help me with that?
Of course. We can achieve that result with a tweak on the formula. Just join the two VLOOKUP formulas with ampersand sign in between. As you can see, the joining symbol ampersand has solved the problem.
That looks pretty cool. But, there is one issue. Both the names appear as single name, and there is no space between first name and last name. How to overcome this issue?
We can solve that issue by adding a blank space in between the names and joining them. Here it is. We can use VLOOKUP function within or along with any other formula to get the desired results. You can even perform the mathematical operations using this function. We'll explain that in one of the upcoming case study.
We have employee personal details in one sheet temp pers data and employee salary details in another sheet temp sal data as shown below. Now, I want to bring the salary details from the second sheet to the same sheet of temp pers data sheet against each employee. Can you help me to solve this issue with the help of VLOOKUP formula?
This is very much doable with the help of VLOOKUP formula. I will show you that in the next slide. Please watch carefully to understand how we can achieve the desired result with the help of VLOOKUP function along with the feature of Excel table. To know more about Excel tables and various benefits of using Excel table, please watch our video on Excel table. For the purpose of this, we are naming the table containing personal data of employees to emp personal and the table containing salary data to emp salary. This will speed up the complete task of bringing data from one sheet to the other sheet.
That was awesome. I saw that you brought all the salary details and added all those data to arrive at the gross salary. But you had mentioned that we can use the VLOOKUP function in arithmetical formula as well. Can you show us that with the help of VLOOKUP function?
That is pretty easy. Please watch how VLOOKUP function is used in the sum function to achieve the desired result. You can also use the mathematical symbol plus between each VLOOKUP function to get the same result. When you use VLOOKUP function, you are essentially saying, here is a value, please go to another location, find a match for my value, and then show me the words or numbers that reside in a cell that corresponds to that matching value. If it helps, think of that third value, the column index number, as your search result. The first three arguments for VLOOKUP are mandatory. The last one is optional, but defaults to true if you leave it out. Let's refresh what we learned in this video. VLOOKUP function has 4 parameters. Lookup value is the value what we are going to search. This is the lookup value. Excel will look for a match to this value in the leftmost column of your lookup table. Table or array is where we are going to search. This is the lookup table. If you plan to copy your VLOOKUP formula, you may want to use absolute references to lock the range. Column index is the place which contains the search result. This value will appear in the cell with the VLOOKUP formula. Count over from the first column to figure out what this number should be, starting with 1. The range lookup says whether the search should be for an approximate match or exact match. Use 1 for an approximate match and 0 for exact match. XLOOKUP function is an enhancement to the VLOOKUP function. It addresses the shortcomings of VLOOKUP and add extra features, including error handling. XLOOKUP function is going to be a game changer in Excel. This overcomes the most annoying shortcoming of VLOOKUP function. The main shortcoming of VLOOKUP function is that the looking up value should be on leftmost column of the range where we are looking up the required value. This really creates problems when you want to look up data in a range of data based on different scenarios. XLOOKUP is addressing this issue and make your life more simpler to play with your data. It can also handle the error due to non-availability of lookup data. Let's look at the syntax of XLOOKUP function. Equals comma XLOOKUP, lookup value, lookup array, return array, if not found, match mode, search mode. Currently, this function is available only in Office 365 version, and soon, it will be available in normal version, Office 2019 onwards as well. Let's wait for the game changer to be released for further analysis. Hope this video helped you to learn the VLOOKUP function in detail, which will definitely ease your work in the coming days. Thank you for watching this video. Have a good day.